Hi everybody, Mark McNutt here, and it's summer. We're having a heat wave everywhere in the country, but especially it's hitting Oregon finally. Just in time for my new kitties here. Um, I'm going to talk about family today and coming from the heart, as the sun and moon are being in Cancer and all that. There's a lot of diversity to the planets right now, so it's a very individual thing what your makeup is right now. We've gone from a place of being very focused in just everything in just a couple of signs, and now it's spreading out a little bit more, like my kittens are, and so yeah, I want to talk about the family and coming from the heart. So Cancer. Cancer is a sign of home and family. I always joke that, July 4th, birthday for this country, it's all about, Cancer is all about home, mom, and apple pie. And maybe it's not apple pie for you, but it's definitely food, cooking and eating. It's definitely, barbecue time for everybody. So these things are, you may think, oh, what's that got to do with astrology? But it really does. And so the important message for right now, in the summer heat, the summer fun and all that, is pay attention to what your heart is saying. Pay attention to your heart song at this time, because this is a time of great transition, and a time of the deck is being reshuffled, but what's most important is your emotional values, how that feels for you. So I want everybody, when you're done with this intellectual outpouring from your favorite astrologer, I want you all to do as homework to take some time to think about what you love, why you love it, the people that you appreciate, your family, your tribe, your connections, and remember that coming from the heart is just the most important thing right now. As we move from Gemini, which is very much a head-based perspective that's very can be very therapeutic as well, we go into the heart-centered aspect. So all air signs always lead to water signs, and all water signs lead to fire signs. So the air signs are about the mental environment. The water signs, like Cancer, are about the emotions that underlie everything, and the core emotions. So here we have, new family members here, which unless you contact me soon, you're going to miss the boat, because I got to give them all away. But anyway, this is a lovely example of like nurturing and what should happen right now. So remember, who is your family right now? Who are the ones that you love in your heart? Who are the ones that you have an emotional connection with? And also to remember your root family, and what has nurtured you in life. So Cancer, Sun and Moon in Cancer, new moon. The moon is very important right now because Cancer is ruled by the moon. Venus is conjunct all that. Saturn's in trine with Sun and Moon and Venus. So it's good for getting stuff done, but it really stimulates the emotional connection. 5 water planets right now, including Neptune, Saturn, Sun, Moon, and Venus in Cancer. And so this is a good time to remember what your emotional basis for living is. Here, Western people and people who use their cell phones a lot, we become very mental and very, disconnected from our feelings, as exemplified by the fact that we seem to be, for the most part, people who want to text right now, and they don't actually want to have a physical conversation with the person over a telephone. So how do you connect with your emotions? Usually by introspection, usually by sinking in, by finding, the power place in yourself and rooting into the feelings. We have 3 layers of our being. We have our higher self, we have our rational self, and we have our emotional body. And our emotional bodies carry our memories, they carry our imprints, And they're actually what's really in charge here. I call these tied together, I call them the triple flame, because I personally believe that we have three separate souls acting in, hopefully in concord with each other. And what happens is when people exhibit extreme behavior or things are out of sorts, it's usually that their emotional body, their rational self, and their higher self are just not in accord with each other. And so mastery consists of braiding these three together. So as with the 5 planets and water signs right now, it's a feeling thing. It's, these words, don't even think about my words right now. Think about the fact that think about the kitties. Think about the kitty show that's going on in the background of this wonderful filming, because that's where it's really at. And at the end of people's lives, what happens is they usually, if they have any regrets, it's usually that they didn't spend more time with their family, with their kids, with those that they love. And now's the time to do that. Now's the time to create memories. Memories are lodged in our emotional body, and they have to do with the feeling things. And sometimes we're not always aware of that, aware of how we're operating, and because our instincts are really different from the level of the rational level of being. So we think that we have one agenda going on, and yet our emotional body is sending out signals constantly on these other levels of feeling and impressions and all that. And so, so what's really the truth is underneath all those layers of mental activity and moving into the emotional body. Then what happens is we're going to move from Cancer to Leo. So that's the high summertime, and that's the time when we get infused with the fire of what's going on in the here and now. So our emotional bodies need to be nurtured at this time so that we can take the action that's implied by fire and really infuse the enthusiasm and the fieriness of the high summer into our bodies. So so do your barbecues, do your 4th of July things, the connecting with family, connecting with friends, connecting with food. This is also Cancerian, and so that's the theme for right now. So I figured that most of you don't really want a very long-winded pep talk, and to me the phrase of what's going on is very clear right now. You may notice I keep looking away because I'm looking at a cute kitten at my feet. So this is also for me. There is a seasonal gathering that happens every time of year. I'm from Oregon, and that seasonal gathering is called the Oregon Country Fair. It always happens about a week after the 4th of July. I have a booth there, booth 630. It's called Random Elements, but you'll find, if you find the Giant Puppets and Puppet Park, you'll find my booth on Shady Lane. And I'm doing short readings there at the fair, but I can be contacted at astrowizardry@gmail.com, and you can set up for your personal reading at the Oregon Country Fair or afterwards. But this is a week of my life that I invest every year for decades now, and the family aspect for me is huge. So I want you all to take them as your homework now, to take some time, sit. Hopefully I get to sit by a creek, but sit at your power place, and what nurtures you, what you feel good with. Just sit there and integrate what floats your boat emotionally, what makes you feel nurtured and whole at this time. And we'll be talking about personal readings. I can always be contacted for personal readings. I just want to thank you all for taking the time to to watch this and to give me the positive feedback that keeps me going, because I do this not for myself but for others. And so thank you very much. Short, sweet, and to the point. Just feel it, and your life will fall into place, even if that requires a few tears to get to the place of liberation. It's all there for you. So, wishing you well, signing off for now.